We're focusing on your driver, and you've told us that your main issue is strike related, and more specifically, you're regularly hitting the ball out of the heel of the club. Now, it's best to think of the solution to this as skill-based as opposed to being a technical issue. And what we mean by that is, we don't have to rebuild your golf swing or even change a major aspect of it. We simply need you to focus on one of the skills of the swing, and that is how far the club head is away from you when it arrives at impact. So if you're setting up out the middle of the club face and you strike the ball out the middle, you've returned the club to where it started. If you strike the ball out of the heel, it means you've moved the club further away from you from setup to impact. If you wanted to do the opposite, which would be hit it out of the toe, you can see how you'd have to move this club closer to you. So it's your ability to control the distance the club head is from you that will determine whether you can hit the middle of the face or not. Now, as you have a bias towards the heel, we're going to first work on avoiding the heel. We have a second tee just outside ours, and that's going to work as feedback. So if the club comes down and strikes the ball out the heel, the toe of the club would actually knock that tee over. So the feedback is going to be, if you can hit a shot and miss that tee, we know you haven't hit the ball out the heel. Now, you may exaggerate it and hit the ball out the toe, but initially that's fine. It shows that the improvement was correct, it was just slightly exaggerated. So to start with, set yourself up, make a backswing, and then bring the club down and pause at impact, making sure the toe is in line with the ball. What you're trying to do is recognize what this feels like. You're trying to internalize the feeling of the lack of space between you and the club. As opposed to pushing it away and creating more room, we're trying to pull it closer to us. So again, set up, go to the top, and then bring it down and pause at impact. Every time making sure the toe of the club is in line with the ball. And once you have that feeling, it's time to hit a shot. And we're going to let the tee on the outside of the ball act as the feedback we need to know whether we've hit the ball in the middle or the toe, or if we knock that tee out the ground, we're still hitting the ball out the heel and we need to exaggerate this feeling even more. So again, set up, the focus is to hit the ball towards the toe of the club and make sure we miss that second tee.